Do you think Celtic will get through?
You know what? I think they will. I think they will. I think it'll be. I don't think it'll be like previous games. This. I mean, I think that we keep talking about the last time in Astana, they got a bit hairy. Having been 6-1 ahead to tie at one point, and then 4-1 down on the night and 6-4, and it got a bit mental. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think Kairat are that kind of team anyway. And I think you're right. Celtic have been defensively very solid. I think Celtic need to get ahead. Again, I said to you last week before the game, I think the last 20 minutes, if they start having to make changes, that's when Celtic are going to struggle, because they haven't got the bodies in the bench to affect games properly. And sure enough, last week, the last 20 minutes was all over the place in terms of structure, and I had a few chances, but it wasn't a constant effort in getting that winner. So I think they need to get ahead. I can see them getting a goal and then having to see it out. I think Celtic will narrowly see it through. I think the good thing is I think Celtic are defensively better now than I think in previous times. I think they could see it out. I said I don't think. Kairat have got their own problems in terms of guys missing. The young lad in the middle of the park is obviously suspended. So that play visit, the boys going to Chelsea. It's a big loss for them. The goalie's out as well. He was good last week. I thought the goalkeeper was good. And a couple of other players as well. So I don't see them being like the most dynamic of teams going forward. I think it suits them to hit the break. But I still think get a goal at some point. I think it changes the tie completely. I think it will be enough to kind of see them through. A narrow 1-0 win, I think, would be my prediction. But then again, I said 4-0 last week, and I got my pants pulled down. I should have seen that one coming.
Just very finally, Mick, before I let you go, what's your plans for tonight?
Well, I must admit, I'm still a wee bit weary from the journey yesterday. But so what time is it? 7:30 now, local time. So we'll get organised and go out for a bite, go for a horse steak somewhere. I like to try the local delicacies when I'm in these kind of places. So the last time I was here, I had a bit of horse, and I'll try a bit again. Must admit,
how was it?
It wasn't my favourite. I must admit, it was a wee bit tough. I was going to say given the trots, but I'm not going there. Not going there. No. So I don't know. I'll try something. But I must admit, Almaty, I was here in Aberdeen about 10 years ago, about 12 years ago. It's some big changes. It looks completely different to when I was here last time. It's really kind of a really modern, smart place. So yeah, so we're going to check it out and see what it's like. And a quiet evening return.
I was going to say,
as always.
Libraries and that, definitely.
Yeah, I've got a good book. I've got a good book on the go, so we'll tuck myself up in bed, try to beat the jet lag and getting refreshed for tomorrow night's game.
I hope the game is a bit more entertaining than the book. I hope it's a cracker for you, and safe travels up the road when the time comes.
No worries. We'll catch you tomorrow.
Thanks, Mick. I need to start by apologising to yourself, Swanee, and everyone watching for that horse joke there. I've let myself down. I've let my family down. I apologise sincerely.
I mean, usually when people are talking about what they're going to have on a horse, it's a 5 or a 10 or not tomato sauce.
That's very true, eh? That's a very good point. We've got comments coming in thick and fast. If you want to get involved in the conversation, please hit us with your comments and we'll try and read them out. I caught a lot of, this one caught my Swanee. Mick's there obviously talking about he thinks there could be up to 4 players in by Monday. Charlie says the board could spend 20 million on 3 or 4 players to ensure qualification, still make 18-20 million pounds after qualification. And Paul says you've got to play Engels for the running power. He's came onto a game, his delivery might be a difference. I think I'm right in saying yesterday we talked about it, you would bring Engels back in, wouldn't you, into the midfield?
What Paul said is exactly what I said last night.
Yep.
He's decided on a dead ball, and the option of putting Egan in a wide position to possibly get a goal from there, to get Maida through the middle and get Engels his legs and dead ball delivery on the pitch. Yeah, I would agree with that.
Well, but Sean McLaren says before Saturday they said Maida through the middle, but Shin looked a menace. I think you said that you were impressed by Shin at the weekend. I think there's definitely a player there. But
I was impressed by his movement. I liked his movement. I liked as though he was trying to get in behind the last defender. But the problem is the one time he made a cracking run and he got in and he choked his shot because he panicked. So, you're looking for a wee bit more composure. So you would maybe be concerned about that type of thing. If he got in, listen, Kyogo missed his fair share of chances as well when he got through. To be fair, he was a brilliant finisher, but he did miss his chances as well. I mean, there was one run he had to the near post in the second half to meet a Yang cross when he got across the front of the defender and just knocked it wide. things like that were I thought were quite a good sign going forward. But I'm not suggesting for a minute it's a long-term solution. Certainly need to get a striker in. And in terms of tomorrow, the mixture of pace and experience of Maida have been over the course, I would say, makes him the favourite, surely.
And Marzuno in the comments says we couldn't play any worse than last week, which I think is a fair point. I mean, Celtic were pretty poor last week. Look, in my head, I keep thinking Celtic have got more than enough to get through this tie, but obviously it's just the whole Kazakhstan thing. They've been there 4 times previously. They've never won. But then that makes me think maybe they're due a win. I mean, it's such a tight one to call.
Yeah, different games, different stadium, different set of circumstances. I think Neil Lennon was putting together a team the first time in Karagandhi. I think Brendan Rodgers was putting a team together the second time in a you could argue Celtic haven't put a team together yet for this one. I think the third one, obviously they won the home leg 5-0. A strange game when you're going in that situation. So I think all ties are different. I think this one will be. I think this one will be different as well. I think it's going to be tight, as Mike suggests.
For anyone that missed last night's show, Swan, you like Kazakhstan? It was quite a nice place.
I liked it. Yeah. Yeah, I like adventures. I like on places. I did laugh when Mick was talking about the heat. It reminded me of. I remember Celtic played Karabag in Azerbaijan. I think it was. No, I'll tell you who it was. It was Alashkert in Armenia. Armenia, and it was like 90, 95, 100 degrees in the day before the game. And I remember we spoke to Brendan Rodgers before the game and talking about the need for possibly water breaks and safety of players. And mate, it got to kick-off time, we're all looking for jumpers.
Really? The
sun went down and started getting chilly. It was really weird.
Wow.
So, maybe the kick-off time will help Celtic tomorrow because I think it's quite late.
Local time, it's quarter to 10 kick-off tomorrow night. Local time. So
that's generally the way. You hope that it's cooled a little bit from the norm. Listen, it'll still be sticky, I would imagine. But
and again, just for anyone that did miss last night's show, I think we're both in agreement that Celtic will get through. You think they'll have enough?
I think they will, yeah. Listen, I saw the comments from the Kairat Almaty coach today saying Celtic were guilty of underestimating them. Celtic will deny that and say they don't underestimate anyone. But the way they started the game was lethargic. And if I was a Kairat coach, that was probably what I would think. They've come out walking about here, whereas Celtic are renowned for fast, aggressive, powerful starts, especially at home. They did none of that last week. So I can totally understand why the Kairat manager might have said that. The difference is this week, the Celtic, even if there was a tad of that involved in them, and I'm not sure that Brendan Rodgers allows it, but even if there was, there certainly won't be tomorrow night because there can't be. They have to win this tie. Because I think Michael makes a very good point. Celtic don't have a backup brigade, really.
No.
Come and win a game with 20 minutes to go. They do have players on the bench. You would imagine the likes of Luke McCowan and Paulo Bernardo who can come on and keep the ball if you're a goal in front.
Mm-hmm.
You've got something to hang on to, I suspect that they would be able to do that and see a game through.